Well, it's another great time for us right here. Sports in 60 minutes right here on iRavelStudios. I'm thrilled to have you join us on Femi Farawe. We've got great guys. The whole team is set. We're complete today and we're ready to go. Princewill Oviesan is back from his trip. Well, was here last week anyway, but it's good to see you once again. Princewill, how are you today?
I'm cool. Ready to go.
You and I never had a conversation about your Ogun trip and all the shenanigans you were up to there because I heard some of the reports.
Beautiful trip. Beautiful trip.
Okay. All right. Olamide Onwuka is also here as well. It's good to see you, Olamide. It's another good time for you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here. I'm so excited to go. And Femi, welcome back too.
Okay. All right. I was ram chasing all through last week.
The ram that you were chasing, you did.
I'm not ashamed of it. I will say it. I'm not ashamed of myself. I will say it.
It's okay.
I know. And we've also got, last certainly not the least, the most important person on the show right here, Opeyemi Imoru. I almost said Opeyemi Onwuka. Okay, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm good. It's good to be here and it's good to be back on this show.
You know, at the end of the show, we have what we're going to do for the weekend. I probably will not ask Olamide because I already know what he's going to be up to this weekend, right? But the rest of us, obviously, have got a lot to share. I will lie. I'll talk about what happened last week for me. I tried to go buy rams, right? And I realized that, no, that's past me. That's past me.
Don't worry.
Soft boy life is what I need. A soft boy life.
I heard that people who had money were the ones who bought rams. So you're good to go.
I know buy now. I know buy.
Are you sure?
I know buy.
Okay.
Somebody can lie.
I don't know.
He's turning the whole table around.
I don't know.
I like to go and hustle.
Okay.
Then I had my small bag, my sling bag with me. See what I could do. Anyway, we've got loads of stories to share with you. That's just by the side. We'll certainly serve all the updates from the Club World Cup starts this weekend. Great football games expected. There'll be a few Nigerian angle or African angle too. We'll share our updates right here with you. We'll also bring you the Nigerian part. There'll be music coming in from the Nigerian part at the Club World Cup. That and all the transfer stories you can save up when we come back from this time out. Okay, so welcome back. This is Sports in 60 minutes right here from iRavelStudios. Princewill, Olamide, Opeyemi, and Femi. Let's get started as well, guys. And Opeyemi, we'll start it off with you for this one. The NPFL club owners have approved players' life insurance scheme. I think it's absolutely brilliant to ensure that we're now putting the welfare of these players first.
Yeah, absolutely good one for the from the NPFL right there because this is a basic thing. We are not supposed to be all about it, but you know, since it's happening for the first time, I think we should be happy about it. They have done so much well to do this for the players' welfare because I think sometimes some years back a player died on the pitch and
no, you know, I think the player died on the way to the hospital. On
the way to the hospital, he had an incident on the pitch.
Yeah, I think it was Nasarawa United.
Nasarawa United.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the player that incident happened to, and you know, before they could get an ambulance and all of that, taking him to the hospital, and you know, the player lost his life. But with this, I think it will cut down. Although in recent years we've not had casualties, good ones. God has been on our side, but we need to do the humaning part, and I think this is what NPFL rather has brought in. The insurance scheme is a very good one.
You know what I also think they've done, and which is deliberate. Sometimes we say you need that road to Damascus moment. Prince, this one is over to you
really?
Now, right? And that was the incident. Unfortunately, that incident in Nasarawa was the incident that turned about clubs now expecting, the NPFL expecting clubs to conduct medical tests before the start of every season, right? We've seen positive stories coming out to ensure that players are fully fit. But adding a life insurance scheme, this is absolutely great. Even for you, Princewill, there's no way you can put a hole in this.
It's long overdue.
That's the hole you want to put.
No. It's a good project. If you look at it critically, it's been something a lot of people have been advocating for. And if you ask some of the players, even if they have personal insurance, they'll tell you they don't. So for the NPFL to have taken this very bold initiative, I also want to say the clubs initiate their own scheme because this is an embodiment of the league body carrying out a wholesome, it's a group insurance. But the clubs should also see it as an embodiment upon themselves to ensure certain group of players from time to time as they go in and come out because it's a scheme. You enjoy it once you're out of that place. We saw what happened to Janin Bangida in the club he played for. if we can put such culture in place, it will also give the younger ones that sense of belonging to giving their best when they play for any club.
You know what I would like to see added to it, and this is the last one of this conversation, would be to see a pension scheme, a proper pension scheme added to the NPFL.
There's the pension scheme,
A proper NPFL.
It's proper. Now right added a proper.
When I say a proper NPFL scheme, think about what the Premier League does. For every time you play in the Premier League, for every period you're in the Premier League, a certain amount of money is removed. Once you retire, those monies will be paid back to you slowly.
That's
now,
why I say.
I know you're going to tell me that we have PFAs, pension fund managers or fund accounts going around in Nigeria. Is it a proper system? Because do all the 20 clubs practice it? Once you move from the NNL to the NPFL, it should be mandatory. That this is the system. We've got these pension administrators. They're the ones that run it for this season. If your team gets relegated and you decide not to continue, fine. Because there's also the voluntary pension scheme, which is something I always advise, that the monies you make today, tomorrow when you're not as active as you were back in the day, you can always fall back to those monies, and those monies will be reinvested for you to bring good things. I just think it's a good story. Olamide, let's go to something magical happening. The Club World Cup starts this weekend. There's so much excitement coming through. The opening game will be Al Ali against Inter Miami. Watch what I did there. I didn't call the home team first. I called the away team first. Al Ali, African side, taking on Inter Miami in Inter Miami's home stadium. That'll be one of the venues for the FIFA World Cup. Now, for all the football games, there'll be Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG, Juventus, Mamelodi Sundowns, Boca Juniors, River Plate, Porto, Auckland FC,
Pachuca,
Al Hilal, right? We can keep on mentioning names of teams. But the most important thing, Botafogo, Fluminense. But the most important thing here is the fact that FIFA has thought about ways to make this an exciting tournament. There has to be some form of gang, and they are saying there will be halftime show. Things that suit the environment where they are. Now, we know that there's always halftime show in the NBA, in the Super Bowl, that's the NFL, and sometimes in the NHL, in National Hockey League.
UEFA Champions League.
Right? So, well, that's before the game. Now, they're saying they want to put it in the middle.
In the middle of the game. Halftime show.
There was an halftime show in this last UEFA Champions League. Maybe you guys missed it.
I know what you're hoping.
Yeah, but there was an halftime show. I forgot the name of the artist. But they did have an halftime show in the
Who performed that one? Because what I know Linkin Park had the opening game. Okay, we saw the game together.
There was an halftime show.
I'm trying to
just check it out. You see.
Okay, but anyway,
I feel like
Tems is going to do this one. You know what?
Tems is like, she's a sensation currently right now. When you look at global music, international collaborations with artists both in Nigeria and across the world. So it's only suitable for you to have Tems, alongside Doja Cat and another South American artist. So I feel like the combination is going to be massive. We saw what happened at the 2022 World Cup when you have Davido, Burna Boy also did the Champions League. So it feels good to see the Nigerian guys, going outside the country, especially their involvement in sports now. And I feel like it's something massive. I'm really looking forward to the show that Tems will put when, we
Princewill, you know that you always seem to always have something exciting to say about stories like this. Do you have any alternate view?
No, I don't. I'm excited because this is a Nigerian project.
I thought you were going to say, why would they pick a Nigerian to perform when there's no Nigerian club there?
I even want Nigerians to be there. I have always advocated for Nigerians to be in the limelight. That's not the pure fact.
So you like it?
Very happy.
Very good.
But there should be what you call the opening angle, like when Serena Williams used to play, there's this open she gives.
I'm sure they would have considered the opening ceremony, but because
they agree with me, right?
Yeah. Yes, they would have. I'm sure they have a line of poverty.
For the 2 weeks you were away at the National Sports Festival.
You missed him?
No, I did not miss him. There was holiday on the set.
Really?
I didn't try to throw my tab across the floor to somebody else. All we had were great conversations.
Well, please don't forget that there's something very, very synonymous about me. Where I come from, WARRI. What do you call worry? We worry people. Okay.
Okay, so Brazil are through to the 2026 FIFA World Cup live in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Carlo Ancelotti's next plan will be to get the team playing the way he wants for the tournament, which certainly will have some of the biggest stars coming on parade. We'll get more thoughts coming through according to the transfer stories later on. Let's go for a break on the show. When we come back, we'll save you more details right here at Sports in 60 Minutes. Okay, so welcome to the second part of the show. This is Sports in 60 Minutes right here on iRavelStudios. Olamide, Princewill, and myself, Femi. All right, so we're going over to something pretty exciting, right? This week it was confirmed by the Confederation of African Football that one Nigerian referee would be at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. But you know, I'm going to start with you with this one because it's a great story. It's a good story. Now, especially because this referee in question has come through the Nigerian football system. She's been a coach, a referee, beg your pardon, in the NPFL. She's also officiated other games. And this just shows that we've got the quality. I'm a bit disappointed that we had just one, because I think that we have more than one good referee, right? But this has to be a good story. Yeah,
a very fantastic story. I'm happy for Yemisi. Yemisi have done very well for herself in the NPFL. She has the grit. She's very intelligent. She has the, characteristics of being at the WAFCON. The last time we have a Nigerian referee at the WAFCON was Mimiso Iyore, and she was an AR, not a central referee. But Yemisi coming through being a central referee, I think it's a very good one. I'm so happy for her. She's also a FIFA badge referee, because you can't be at the CAF competition without you having your FIFA badge. So a good one for Nigeria and for Yemisi.
You know what? I'm using one eye to look at Princewill from across, because I know that Princewill like Grizzlies is a great story, right? But the question I ask is, Princewill, our referees that bad? The fact that CAF can only...
They're very bad. They're very bad. Don't finish.
What's going on?
They're very bad.
What do you mean?
See, the story of Eunice Yemisi Akintoye breaking through the rank to get to CAF, it's one very unfortunate, considering the fact that we have a very vibrant women league. And NFF has not done much. You see, when reports are actually collated and sent back to the arbitrary and the disciplinary committee to take actions against certain referees who take laws into their hand, nothing is done. Mind you, the kind of mirror you use to look at yourself is different from the perception an outsider will view. If South Africa can produce 10 referees in this particular WAFCON, Nigeria that has the manpower gives one. Something is wrong along the line.
Shame on CAF. Shame on CAF.
It is not CAF. It is not CAF. It is us. It is how we've portrayed our league. No, Femi, you see, let me put this straight to you,
What is the portrayal of our women's league? When the last time we went to the CAF Women's Champions League, did you see the performance of Bayelsa Queens?
Take it from the top. No.
Look, Femi, now we had one slot. Femi, and our one slot we performed well.
PR you're going to give here.
It's not part of PR. Do I look like a PR official?
Femi, if you look at what has happened in the league itself, it has metamorphosed into the women league. And Yemisi is a fine example.
What's wrong with the league? What is wrong with the league?
The kind of result you get, you get.
No, but the improvements in the league this season, in terms of officiating, we have seen better officiating this season.
Are you aware that there are external assessors that comes to take...
Those external assessors are biased.
Oh, imagine.
They are biased.
Imagine.
For me personally, I think maybe just having just one, it doesn't mean we have just one good referee in the NPFL.
That's my point. There's something wrong with what CAF is doing.
I think CAF has just decided to,
It's your report too. It's the report that gets to them.
Yeah, this is my own thing.
CAF has decided.
It doesn't mean so does it mean that it's just Yemisi that is the best referee?
No, we have plenty. Princewill Oviesan. We have. Don't call Olamide, call me, Princewill. Don't call Olamide, call me. Don't call face me. Princewill, face me straight up.
There is an assessor note.
That assessor note is wrong.
Hold on.
It is porous.
It is the same NFF who sends the same assessor's report to CAF, Central Refereeing Committee, right? It is that same report that CAF will look at. CAF does not come to your country. It is what you sent. Because those external assessors...
So are you saying that all the reports we're always sending are bad reports? Is that what you, Princewill Oviesan, is telling me?
It is based on what you've written now.
Princewill, I spoke this to you.
Yes.
That what you are saying is not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
I said it is true.
It's not true. Look, Femi, when you went to Princewill, you went to the National Sports Festival.
Yes.
You saw the officiating level there, not just in football only. How many of those officiating were questionable in your eyes?
I'll give you a few examples.
You don't have examples. I do. Do you have evidence? Do you have proof of these examples?
Video proofs?
Yes.
I do.
You send video, because remember you were sending video clips.
No. You can't put those videos out.
No, I said let me see it.
Who are you?
I'm having a conversation with you. Discuss.
Let me give you a typical example. In kickboxing, there was a fight between Lagos and Jos. It was quite obvious that girl was beating black and blue. The Lagos girl. They eventually gave her the fight. And there was protest. It was in the news. There was protest in some of the games, like volleyball, handball, kickboxing. Oh, she here.
No, now I'm saying that troublemakers will always sit down and make trouble.
Look,
Taekwondo's own problem was even officiating. In terms of not officiating, sorry, administrative problems.
That was problem with officiating.
No, Taekwondo has 2 bodies leading the Taekwondo policy. The kickboxing you mentioned, Lagos won that fight free and fair and square.
I still have the video.
And after the whole issue, that was when chaos broke out. I still say this that because some people always feel that.
Let's come back to football.
It's football we're talking about.
It's on record where Bayelsa did complain about officiating. Excuse me, Femi. You want
Bayelsa United or Bayelsa Queens?
Bayelsa Queens, I beg your pardon. Look, either you like it or not, we have one referee going to the WAFCON. It's a shame.
It's a shame on CAF.
This is a shame on us.
It's a shame on CAF. Princewill Oviesan.
Let's do it this way.
Olamide, don't tell us to do it this way. I'm saying what CAF has done is wrong. Are you saying that with all the technology that we've added to the NPFL this season, we brought communication gadgets? No, do you know the communication gadget?
Am I in your house?
Do you know?
Am I in your house?
Do you know the communication gadget we brought in?
Which communication gadget?
Are you saying Princewill Oviesan you don't know that we brought the communication gadget?
Which communication gadget?
Look, the truth.
Prince, if you pretend that you don't know what is going on.
Tell me which of the games in the NWFL where VAR was properly implemented.
We don't have VAR because we're not using VAR yet.
We're not using VAR yet.
We're not using VAR.
But the referees who
have communication system. Yes.
That one, the battery will die along the way.
Have you seen any game? You know what? Olamide, go on, say what you want to say. Because this thing that Prince want to say. Prince will decide to disgrace us. So that makes me question his nationality.
We can go back and forth on this, but the fact still remains that it doesn't mean that we have just one good referee.
It is the one we have that has taken.
This is what I'm saying. Tell the Prince. Say to Princewill.
I want to believe that referees in Nigeria are not that bad. They are fine. We have some questionable referees.
But our case
they are not that bad.
Those ones that are questionable, we've been able to flush them out of the system. We flush them out of the system.
Okay, can I ask you a question before you go off this particular
Ask a question.
You have an international body who takes report from you. Those reports are not doctored. The report you send, is it not what you work on?
Yes.
So the report NFF send, is not what CAF has worked on to pick up.
The report NFF has sent has to be the good report.
That's the good report
CAF has decided in their own judgment that South Africa has provided 16 referees. So you say that South Africa has 16 good referees. Is it South Africa
has 10?
10.
Mauritius has 16. You can imagine Mauritius has that doesn't have league.
Which league is Mauritius going to bring 16?
So I think it's only fair if we get to know the criteria.
So the criteria number one would be number one, it would be the number of the courses they've been able to complete.
Yeah.
Number 2 to be the number of games. Number 3 to be the age. Because when you look at the age, referees, it's good when referees start
early.
Early, yeah.
Because you get to a certain age, I think once you're in your 40s, is it 40 or 45 or thereabout, you have to retire. I'm not very sure, I stand to be corrected. But I know that you retire early in refereeing. So Lagos, for example.
You just got it right. I agree with you here. We have old referees. And that big problem.
Princewill, let me finish my position.
And that very big problem.
You will let me finish my position. Because I allowed you, I gave you your floor. I gave you the floor to finish your position. Let me finish my position. One of the referees we brought here, Salaudin mentioned was, they realized this problem. So the late Stade Aziz had to now start off by saying, we need to get referees a bit younger. Put them into the pool, into the system to learn. So by 18, 19, encourage more. Because a few of them played football. Like the current president played football. Unfortunately, he didn't play football to that level. So immediately he went into refereeing. Now he's young, in quotes, and he's gotten to that height, right? Others too, it's more to get more referees in, more people to be, even globally, FIFA is also encouraging more people to come into officiating because everyone just feels I want to be a footballer. Footballers are the ones that make more money. But the referees do not get the sort of attention that the footballers get. And people just think it's not attractive enough to be a referee. But now, FIFA is trying to change all of that to get more people in.
I think so.
And the money the NPFL, IMC has paid this year was been an improvement on last year.
So many
right?
times.
They've also worked on indemnities of the referees. You get your monies immediately. Immediately. Number one, you get accommodation sorted out immediately. So that's the one that. Olamide, and okay, I won't take this from Princewill. I will not take this from Princewill. I will not take this from Princewill. We need to go for a break. I will not take this from Princewill.
Princewill and Femi.
I will not take because
at this particular point.
I think he has not questioned CAF. Why has he not questioned? I have given you facts. I have given you facts.
The only thing
I have given you.
The only thing
you give me facts.
The only thing that
CAF is telling me the fact Nigerian referees have done bad. Show
one
me.
Simple fact.
Show me one.
I'm grateful you just mentioned it. Age is not on the side of most of our referees.
Old referees, not the new referees.
How old?
We have plenty young referees.
How old is Eunice? She's about 33, 34. Good.
How long has she been in the system?
About 15 years.
So 15 years. FIFA did not think they should call her. Or CAF did not think they should call her.
What was her performance before now?
What do you mean was her performance?
It was not the same report you sent to CAF or FIFA.
Which report?
Are you asking me?
Princewill Oviesan. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
We need to go for this.
The guest,
no,
the
don't
viewers.
say it's okay, Olamide. See what Princewill is saying.
You go pretend this show alone, no.
Alright, so we've got into the last part of the show, and trust me, the break was very, very intense. But eventually we came out, we're also putting on our clothes anyway. No chairs were thrown, our chairs are still where they were before. Let's go over now to transfer stories. Alright, Princewill, let's start off with you. I know you had a very, 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 very long break, so certainly have seen all the transfer stories going around. The season has ended, and I feel for you the most because of all of us on set here, it just seems as though your favorite teams went through the worst process.
Are you bringing what you started on the platform to the live show?
Yes,
And
because I
I'm going to
realized
tell
you
you.
didn't touch on
And I'm
that.
going to tell you, my club,
Olamide won a league title.
yes.
Okoye has always had normal tough season, so it's also a tough season. But then Ikorodu City sort of balanced it for her, right? Ikorodu City made it great for me, and the Super Eagles are doing good.
Hold on.
Ikorodu City are doing it. They're the most improved team in the NPFL.
No, what did they win?
Ikorodu City.
I don't have to
They
win
don't have to win anything. Best
anything.
performance. That's
I
it.
like that.
You know, best
How did you
performance.
do?
I like that.
Then Prince's two teams
Yeah.
fumbled.
Arsenal didn't win anything.
What's the
Asana.
They finished second.
Is there prize for second place?
No,
Okay.
but they made good money. And I told you that when you chatted me. They didn't get the trophy.
You
don't
Arsenal
know the
point.
Arsenal
You
fans.
just made a good point that Ikorodu City
Baba.
finished where, but they didn't win trophy. Look,
You dey compare team with just promoted
Team that just got promoted.
to team that spent over
No,
700 million pounds.
is it only Arsenal that spent 700
Who
million
again
pounds?
spend 700 million
The
pounds?
one Man City spent, what happened?
So you dey compare yourself to Man City, wey still beat you the last 2 years.
No, you're being biased.
I am not. I'm unapologetic.
And I've just answered you. We did well.
But let's talk about people that are really serious about business. People that are really serious about making it well. Liverpool. Florian Wirtz has been the only name that's been on their lips.
They've gotten the player they wanted.
Are you happy about it?
Look, if you're doing well, why won't I be happy for you?
Is your own team doing well?
Very well. My team is doing very well.
I don't sign anybody. Every day.
We have 3 months.
It's only in the
They are
newspaper.
sign keeper now.
We have 3 months.
Arsenal
Backup
are
goalkeeper.
keeper.
It's only a newspaper. You
Femi, we have 3 months to take the transfer season. Relax.
You say you want to buy Osimhen, buy Osimhen.
Relax.
You want to buy Zubimendi, buy Zubimendi. You want to buy Sheshko, buy Sheshko.
Don't drink Panadol for somebody else's headache.
Oh, God.
Don't drink Panadol.
But they are both keeper.
Somehow, I know that the Barcelona story will always find its way into this our story. It's not.
Our producer is very good with that.
As in, it will always find a way. They say Barcelona. Olamide, let me just quickly give it to you. Ivan Perisic is linked with a move to Barcelona from PSV.
We thank God for that. Please move on.
Is it a good story?
I don't know for you.
I'm not the one who put it. It's just on my
the
rundown.
producer.
Producer that put it down.
What was our producer thinking when he put
I don't
it?
know.
Can you help me tell?
The producer is just linked.
Okay.
They have not bought him yet.
But our producer
Linked.
just felt
It's just
The
rumored.
producer is just
the one
It's
that
just rumored.
it's rumored.
Liverpool have made bid for Florian Wirtz. He enter. Man City has signed Ryan Cherky. They put that one there. But the now wrote Barcelona has been linked.
Linked. That's
Other people
the
have put bid. The one has been linked.
linked. They're not
Femi does like trouble.
Jude
No, it's
Bellingham.
not trouble.
I don't
Just
know
like
what-
trouble.
It's
I
not
don't know what
trouble.
to say.
Jude Bellingham that Borussia Dortmund have confirmed.
Joe Bellingham.
It's
Joe-
here,
brother.
Joe Bellingham. Leroy Sané, who's closing the deal with Galatasaray, they put it today. Marcus Bettinelli.
Why don't you ask the person in question, since the producer said linked, he could explain how it's been linked.
He has not. He never wanted to say anything.
Who is the
He said,
producer
"Let's
of the
move on."
The producer of the
maybe
show
you know the
will-
producer.
will let
I
you
don't
know.
He
know.
might not the
I
producer.
cannot know the producer. Is he not the producer? Go and talk to the producer now.
You know, I've seen different transfer stories here.
Yeah.
There's Ryan Cherky to Manchester. That's a done deal. He's going to the Club World Cup, right? Joe Bellingham, we all confirmed that as well. Borussia Dortmund, right? So that's a good story. So Bettinelli 1 year deal with Manchester City to become the third choice goalkeeper since Scott Carson has moved on. And then Kevin De Bruyne, right?
Napoli.
Kevin De Bruyne to Napoli also. I think Napoli are cooking something really good for next season. And then I mentioned Ivan Perisic. I'm just surprised that there's nothing on Osimhen. And I say this not because
Oh, we talked about Osimhen the last time, right? didn't we?
Speculation.
Yeah, we
So that's
talked
my
about
point.
Osimhen last time.
And so from last week to this week, we're still on
There's still
speculation.
speculation.
So the question I'm asking is, why are the big clubs not looking at Victor Osimhen? Why is the Manchester United, who are obviously searching for a striker, Chelsea went to buy Liam Delap? Are you saying Liam Delap is better than Victor Osimhen?
No, of
Arsenal,
course.
obviously, your favorite team in Europe, cannot seem to win a title without a striker up front.
Thank you for the compliment.
It's all.
I think the
don't-
problem-
Let me come in here.
Yeah.
Olamide, I think a lot of people don't understand that the management you carry along or that carries along plays a key role when it comes to this negotiation thing. And Osimhen case is a very dicey one. You know, leaving Napoli to Galatasaray had a lot of clogs and a lot of drawbacks. So the young man might be wanting to look at something that will favor him. We know he has turned down Al-Ali, but England is his destination. Where? Nobody knows. He will be the only one to make that choice. So let's, bros, calm down. 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
Still a
Because
very
the transfer
long
window opens on the 16th of June. So that's closed after the, for the Club World Cup.
Till August.
Till September 1st.
Okay, so 3 months, calm down.
So I think it's a lot of clause involved in his contract with Napoli. Obviously, the financial aspect is
It's very
one of the
important, yeah.
biggest drawbacks for majority of the clubs.
To
If
get
you know
in.
for me, why not just take a pay?
But the question that I was supposed to be asking now is it that those clubs don't realize that Osimhen is actually worth more than what Napoli are asking
I'll come in here on the buyer's ground. A lot of clubs see African players as a confidant, even with the top quality.
That's the question. So,
Yeah, they see African
but
players
this
as
guy
a
has
confidant.
proven he has
But Salah
proven
is
his
African.
mental.
Yes, Salah is African, but look, the case of Salah is quite a different one. Liverpool had it good, and he decided to stay put.
Okay.
If he wants to move, it's going to be an issue.
Okay. All right. So, transfer stories will continue to run, and what we'll try to do is keep you abreast with some of the biggest stories, players making moves. Now, remember the Club World Cup. There was a transfer window specifically for it,
Yeah.
and it closed this week. So, on the 16th of June, the window will open normally for European clubs. So, we'll see players make the moves all the way until the 1st of September when the league resumes, and certainly we get all the biggest updates. And Serbia will also bring you predictions for the Club World Cup and Serbia picks right here starting from next week. At least we've all agreed on that. You know, pretty much because of time, or what kind of time that is running out on us. Next week will come for the Super Eagles story.
No big
By
deal.
the grace, there will be something for the Super Eagles.
No big deal.
But before we leave now, because time is fast spent, what have we got lined up this weekend? Let's start with you, Princewill.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful weekend starting from tomorrow. I have an invite. The Players Union body, the administrative council.
How many people don't throw chairs in your meeting?
No. We're having a celebration
Oh, really?
and the
That's-
inaugural setup of the administrative council for the Players Union.
That's good.
So the former chairman of Surrey local government is inviting all stakeholders within the council to come and celebrate. And when they say celebrate, it means you guys are invited.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Maybe I think about it. How about you, Ope? Any good thing?
Basically, I might be in church on Saturday.
I like how that sounds.
It's posthumous birthday for Pastor Taiwo Dukoya.
Oh, yeah.
So there's what is it called? A conference kind of.
Yeah.
So bigger names are Obasanjo is going to come, then the former vice president too,
Which one?
Oshibajo.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Professor Shibado, that's
Yeah.
nice. So that's really fun. You know what? I go next. So
Why did you pick Olamide last today?
No, I'm not picking. Olamide is going to go last, but I'm going to go next. All right, so I'm going to take me next, all right? And what I've got lined up for this weekend is I'm going to do a content creation for a tech content, right? I've got a friend who's basically pretty good about this tech stuff. So we've got a meeting on Saturday in Ikeja, right? Where he's going to do something on tech. So I'm going to teach people about tech. I don't ask me what I know about tech, Princewill, but I know I'm going to say something that day. So once the content comes out, I'll share with you. You see me in all my glory talking about tech stuff. So you can tell you I'm multi-purpose.
Please don't ask short time though.
I'll do it in a very long period. So I've been researching and I've been reading practically for it. Also got stuff. I think other than that, I probably just play game all through the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Gaza. Olamide, any great thing other than I know you've got the greatest things to do or the lot. You know, you always save the best for last. So everybody else has gone.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend, Olamide?
My question is why you just start with Olamide this week and end up with Olamide? It used to be either me or Olamide, then you end with Olamide.
But in life, change is the only constant thing. Change is the only constant thing.
And what's the?
Olamide, are you ashamed of what you want to do this weekend? Are you ashamed of it?
Don't you do not realize that Olamide sits, is sitting position
Yeah,
now.
is this position?
One shoulder up, one shoulder down.
Like Oshuka.
I'll try and get a good sleep.
Oshuka. You will get a good sleep.
I'll try and get a good
But when you are awake, what do you read be doing?
changing diapers.
That's what I wanted to hear. Great stuff. That's what's lined up for this weekend. All right, once a big thanks to you as well for joining us. Sports in 60 minutes right here on iRavelStudios. Princewill, Olamide, Onwuka, and Femi. Have yourself a great time. We'll catch you next time with more stories and more thoughts, including great laughs. Until then, have yourself a great time and a great weekend. Bye.